Alright folks, hope you're good. Some more day in the life stuff coming at you. So I did a couple of polls and Q&A on both Instagram accounts, seeing what people wanted from short videos, longer videos, stories, reels, etc. And it turned out everybody kind of wanted a bit of everything. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do these handycam, found footage style day in the lives as well, little snippets, longer videos. All the longer videos will be on YouTube because that's where I can upload the longest videos. All the other stuff will be on Instagram and social media, Instagram and Facebook. So now we're getting ready for the gym, and we're just going to make up the pre-workout shake. Pre-workout, we've got the shreddable. One of those has already been taken. It's a fat burner, by the way. And then we've got, which might be the last scoop. There's probably 2 scoops, 1.5, 2 scoops of thermogenic powder, another form of fat burner / pre-workout. We've got, which again might be the last scoop, of a pump formula. And then we've got, what's definitely not the last scoop, some pre-workout. So because there's so many different products in here, I only need 1 scoop of each, instead of like 2 or 3 or 4 that I usually do, because they're all mixed and all working together nicely. So that's it. The only thing left to do now is shake it up, take it when I get to the gym, and that's it now. My intro drink's already made, which is 50 grams of carbohydrate in powder form, maltodextrin. I use the cyclic dextrin, different types. Some juice and some EAAs. And that's it. So let's get ready to rock and roll. All right, folks, we are off to the gym. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jay, why have you not got a full camera crew following you around 24/7, filming all these important things you've got to tell us? I think the same thing, folks. But no, in truth, these vlog snippets, day in the life, I quite like the handycam style way of doing it. I know it's a bit difficult in the car because obviously, you're just in a phone holder, so it vibrates and stuff when I'm driving. There is some image stabilization software, hopefully keeping it smooth. But in bigger news, I am in talks with a videographer to potentially record some gym training stuff, posing, some business stuff, competition prep, some of those scenes and stuff. So that should be, where's that car go? So that should be really good. So in talks with those at the minute, and then continue to film in this sort of style. Best of both worlds. So folks, for the back and by session, what we're trying to achieve here is working on bringing up the detail, obviously, and working on still bringing the thickness. We're in prep, but we're still in a position where we can still gain good quality lean tissue. So that's what we're pushing for with the style of training and the intensity techniques and stuff. So the goal, with every session, but with today's session, is we're bringing out that detail within the width, and we're trying to bring out that sharpness within the thickness. So today's session is going to look like wide grip pull downs to the front. So I don't like wide grip pull downs to the front, but I 100% feel them and connect with them, and they're a meat and potato, bread and butter, fantastic exercise. So I do them, and I do them to full intensity, but they're not my favourite exercise. I'll then move on to behind the neck pull downs. So again, this is an unusual sort of exercise, and if you don't immediately feel this exercise in the correct places by your second and third rep, maybe it's not for you. Don't do an exercise that you just sort of look off. Like with me with my wide grip pull downs, I don't like particularly that exercise, but I do it because it works and I'm progressing by doing it. But if I was doing an exercise that I liked, but there was zero progression and I didn't really feel it, I just enjoyed the movement, I wouldn't do that exercise anymore. then followed by either underhand or close grip pull downs, and then seated wide grip rows, and then we might do some machine single-handed rows as well, or even double-handed. And when we get to the fatigue state, we'll swap to single, because you've always got a few more reps when you start doing things single arm. Some bent over dumbbell flies and biceps, super easy. Some bicep curls and some hammer curls, and that'll be the lot. So a few of the questions that I get asked are, how am I feeling on this prep journey? Which is a great question. First and foremost, I think it's really important to say I chose to do this. So, because you tend to see some people when they're in a prep complain every day about how hard it might be, how taxing it is, how tired they are. You absolutely have to have a moan every now and again. It's good for you, but not every day. You know, maybe it isn't for you if you're getting no enjoyment out of it whatsoever. So yeah, occasionally I might have the odd moan and stuff, but 98% of the time I'm loving it, you know, because I've chose to do this and I knew what I was getting into. So, but how am I feeling? Yeah, prep's rock solid. Obviously I take everything very, very serious when it comes to bodybuilding, and even diets for holidays. People have said, like when I've exchanged what I'm doing with other people who were in a prep for a show, they've said, you're pushing that harder than I am for this show. I've always gone in 100%. Saying that, this prep is the hardest thing I've done so far. Everything we're doing is like an old school approach, and it's, yeah, brutal, but in the best way. You learn more about your own body in a prep than you will really at any other time. You know, the small changes, the big changes, the changes that happen every few days, the changes that take a few weeks to happen, the energy levels, the peaks, the troughs, the dips, the ups and downs, all of it. And one of my favorite things to kind of study and understand is like mental fortitude. You know, when the carbs are super low and the cardio is super high and the posing is constant, how do you get through those big sessions? How do you get through those big cardio sessions too? So yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm loving it. Yeah, it's hard, and energy levels definitely take big hits at certain times of the day, certain times of the week. Well, that's all part and parcel. So I'm loving it. It's a great experience, and it's my first prep for a proper show, so we're learning a lot. And then obviously got the show coming up, and then you know, we work on the plans for next year, and then we've got my off season. So it'll also be my first off season out of show condition. So we'll be building some mega lean tissue next year, and then on to the next shows. But first, we've got this show. Alright folks, gym session and posing is done. It was a great session, really good. Absolutely shattered now, sweating buckets. The posing after it is like another session, but really loving it, if you saw my pictures and stuff, did some posing with Paul Senior yesterday. Close this window, and I tell you what, he knows his stuff. I mean, it was mind-blowing. Changed some of our poses and the whole body just opened up. So lots to work with there. Did some more of that after the session today. Got some photos, videos, which I'll post up later. So we are making progress. But yeah, it was a great session. So now I've got some bits and bobs to do. Pop into town. I've got an hour cardio tonight. And then got all my meals, which I'll try and get on this day in the life video. I always end up eating them, and then I'm like, forgot to film that. But I will do my best.